right, welcome. Welcome to the concert. Good to see your shining, very tiny faces. And we really enjoy playing tunes by Dan Hicks and his Hot Licks, among other things. And we're going to start off with one of our favorite Dan Hicks tunes, You Gotta Believe.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
All right. I just want a short tech thing. Do you have your volume on, Holly? It sounds like we're getting a little bit of feedback. Okay. Big thanks to Holly for being our support human here today, which we need. This is a new venture for us, doing a Zoom concert, but really glad to have this chance to be with you and to take you along the Navajo Trail.
Yes, this song was written in 1945, and it was a song that appeared in 2 films in that same year, both sung by Roy Rogers, Along the Navajo Trail. Every day along the path evening, when the sunlight's beginning to fade, I'll be riding through the suffering shadows along the Navajo Trail. When it's nighttime and crickets are chirping and the coyotes are setting to wave, I'll be dreaming by a up into the sand and ride along the Navajo Trail. Well, I love to lie and listen to the music of one strumming a sagebrush guitar. And over yonder hill the moon is rising, and it always finds me wishing on the sky. Well, what do you know? It's morning already. See the dawn of silvery hair. It's time to climb back up into the saddle and ride along the Navajo Trail and ride along the Navajo Trail.
So we had been doing these Dan Hicks songs, sitting around the backyard for a while, when Frank said, "Did you know Linda sings Irish songs?" I said, "I did not know that,
Yes.
but when I found out, we decided we'd do some."
A pure Irish girl I am. So this first one is a traditional song. It's called "I Know My Love." It was recorded kind of famously by Burl Ives back in the early 1940s, and more recently by the Chieftains and the Chorus together. I know my love. I know my love by his way of walking, and I know my love by his way of talking, and I know my love in his jacket blue. And if my love leaves me, what will I do? And still she cried, I love him best. And in trouble, pine shirt and no else. And still she cried, money boy with you. And if my love leaves me, what will I do? There is a dance house in the harbor dike, and there my true love goes every night. He takes a strange girl on the sea. Well, don't you know that that vexes me? And still she cried, I love him best. And in trouble, pine shirt and no else. And still she cried, bunny boy with you. And if my love leaves me, what will I do? I know my love is an errant rover, and I know he'll wander the whole world o'er. Indy road, Ireland, on a longer tarry. An English girl, he is extraordinary. And still she cried, I love him the best. And in trouble, I'm sure and no else. And still she cried, money boy with you. And if mother leaves me, what will I do?
reel I was trying to think of a reel that would go well with this song and couldn't think of one, so I thought, well, I'll just make one up. And I made it up in the car on the way up to see a spring training game, and I sang it into my phone. And no guarantees I didn't swipe some of it from some other reels. There's only so many notes to work from. But that on your phone, on the voice memos, it always says new recording 42, new recording. Well, this was new recording 44, so I thought the tune should be called Spring Training 44, which is a significant number for baseball fans. You can ask about that later. But meanwhile, I know there's some fans of Swedish music here today, and I believe Paula Good is with us, and I wrote this tune for a significant birthday Paula had, and it's in the style of a Rättviks polska. It's an old kind of rhythm from Sweden, and it's called Rich in Love. Well, now for something completely different. I'm going to move the microphone over here so Linda and Frank can share it. You might think the singer is usually in the middle, and that is true, but if she's in the middle, she's next to a very strong guitar F-hole. So she's happier over here,
And
usually, but not for this one. This is a
Okay.
duo.
So,
This next tune is by the great Dan Hicks and his Hot Licks and their band. I learned their stuff back in 1971. It only took me 50 years to get a band together. Called the Viper Blues. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm standing on the shoes. That's my brain, that's my shoes, my chest, empty, and I never want to lose. Don't get up in my blues. Welcome to Chick and the little darling. talking about your coffee. It's never too late to get the day you get it now, but you have to wait. Just because you make the music eyes, take away all the way up the well now, whatever way I'm talking, it might be sin, but if it's cool, let me try it again. You won't want to get around, you gotta give me a little bit, it'll blow your mind, buddy, and you wanna wait again. I got activation, anticipation, dissipation, mediation, masturbation, population, population, how to love, some talking about your topic. All the space, what a race, pop the race, and my face, please chase, you wanna take the touch it, scratch it, touch it, touch it. It's never too late to start the game, you get it now, but you have to wait. Take it home,
Echoes off.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we gotta start dragging that, I think.
Did everybody memorize the words?
Yeah.
You thought so.
Our sing-along. That was our sing-along. Okay.
I sat down at the counter.
I put a menu in his hand.
When I saw who was behind it,
He
I thought
thought
I
he hit a grand slam.
She's my soda fountain, baby.
Soda fountain baby.
She's my milkshake in my
The
mug.
milkshake in my
The
mouth.
girl who scoops the ice cream. Nights I scream for her. She walked up to me,
What flavor do you like?
and just the way she said it got me higher than a kite. She's my soda fountain, baby.
Soda fountain baby.
She's my milkshake in my mug.
Milkshake in my mouth. The girl who scoops the ice cream.
Nights I scream for her. Well, strawberry, raspberry, chocolate, butterfly, bananas and some whipped cream wouldn't make me budge. Maraschino cherry, sitting on the top. Even some spumoni wouldn't got me out that shop. And then I had a root beer. And when I paid my check, I wondered would she ever call me dear. She's the girl who scoops the ice cream. Now it's time who scream for her. Scream for us, Ruben. Well, now when she brought my Sunday,
We couldn't eat a thing.
when she smiled,
They started to sing.
oh, I'm a soda fountain, baby.
The soda fountain baby.
She's my hip shaking my
The
mug.
hip shake in my
She's the
mouth.
girl who scoops the ice cream. Nights I scream for her. You know I hung around till later.
Till after I got off of work.
We got married, had a bunch of soda jerks. She's my soda fountain, baby.
Soda fountain baby.
She's my milkshake and mama.
Milkshake in my mouth.
She's the girl who scoops the ice cream. Nights I scream for her. If you're hungry, take my advice. Try the soda fountain, it could be very nice.
It could be very nice. It could be very nice. It energy there.
Ice cream is always a good time. Well, we're going to do a tribute to some friends of ours here in Tucson, and I'm going to shuffle back into the middle
Yeah, we
here.
need to shuffle. Go.
So Frank and I have been part of a band here in Tucson called Puka and the Wild Ones, and Puka is Claire Zucker and Dave Firestein, and they invited Frank and me to join, and so we're obviously the Wild Ones. I don't know why they would think that, but so we have been playing tunes with them for a while, and through them got to meet Steam. They have a two-state band, Arizona and Kansas, which are not contiguous, but wonderful musicians. Alice and Robert live in Kansas, and the four of them get together as often as possible. And I had the great treat of being producer for Steam's new CD, Hudakai, which I highly recommend. And one of the tunes that sank into my ears during the time was the Kalyana Jig, which Alice played so beautifully on fiddle. And then we're going to do a tune we learned from Dave called Kalabal Jig, and then a tune that I wrote for Claire's birthday called Two Good Dogs, because A, she has two good dogs, and B, she's a great clog dancer, so those are also good dogs.
Times each.
3-2-2. 3-2-2. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, dedicated to all the dogs in our listening audience. We're going to do a song that also happens to have a couple of jigs sneaking into it. I think we might have played this with Dave and Claire as well, but Linda's been singing it for some years also, so we made our own version. So we're going to intersperse it with a couple of jigs, the Cliffs of Moher and Old Hag. What is it, Old Hag? You have killed me and danced on my grave. Hag at the churn.
Hag at the
Old
churn.
Old Hag, you have killed me.
Right.
I don't know. It's an old hag.
Old hag at the churn. Okay. In Scardy when they lived till last, every Sunday after Mass, we'd go and take a class before the long banana. We won't go home along the road for fear that he would hack the road. Won't go home along the road, but we'll go home banana. We won't go home across the fields of big cornets, we're singing our heels. Won't go home across the fields, so we'll go home banana. We won't go home around the glen, for fear your blood might rise again. Won't go home around the glen, no, we'll go home banana. We won't go down the milk pouring, the night is bright, we might be seen. Won't go down the milk pouring, no, we'll go home banana. We won't go home across the bog for fear we might meet Granny's dog. Won't go home across the bog, no, we'll go home banana. We won't go home across the fields of big cornets, we're sticking our heels. Won't go home across the fields, so we'll go home banana. We won't go home around the glen for fear your blood will rise again. Won't go home around the glen, no, we'll go home banana.
Woo!
The hag. All right, we're going to do something a little bit radical, which is play old-time tunes with Irish style dad-gad guitar. So, and you might notice a nice open chord sound on this guitar.
Yes, I've noticed that.
Yes, you tuned it, so let's hope,
Sort of.
let's hope so. All right, this is going to be a tune from the wonderful fiddler Benton Flippin of North Carolina. He dreamed this tune one night and called it Benton's Dream. I believe I've altered it slightly from his dream, but dreams are like that. And then there's a tune called, the official name of this tune is Hey Little Girl, Do What I Told You. But here in Tucson, it is called Hey Little Girl, Do What You Want To. make sure you don't get bored here by moving around different kinds of
asleep.
music. And this will be, I was driving over here one night to play, and I heard this song on the radio, and I said, Linda, I heard this really cool song. I wonder if you know it. It's like in the rainstorm and a toothache. And she said, well, yeah, I can find that.
I did, I found it. Even though it was written in like 1939. 1939. Yeah, so it's an old song. It's kind of an old jazz standard. A lot of people have done it. Billie Holiday and a number of other people. It's called Comes Love. It's got some lyrics that you'll notice. They refer to a tire as a shoe. Yeah, it's a shoe. That's what. So anyway,
I'm gonna just check my tune here.
Yeah.
You're A.
One, two, three, four.
Can we just do that again? Just for me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
comes a rainstorm. Put your rubbers on your feet. Comes a snowstorm. You can get a little heat. Comes love. Nothing can be done. Comes a fire, and you know just what to do. Lord tired, you can get another shoe. Comes love, nothing can be done. So don't try hiding, 'cause it isn't any use. You start sliding when your heart can't on the juice. Comes a headache, you can lose it in a day. Comes a toothache, see your dentist right away. Comes love, nothing can be done. Comes a heat wave, you can hurry to the shore. Comes a summons, you can hide behind the door. Comes love, nothing can be done. Comes the measles, you can quarantine a room. Comes a mousy, you can chase it with a broom. Comes love, nothing can be done. Well, that's all, brother, if you've ever been in love. That's all, brother, then you know what I'm speaking of. Comes a nightmare, you can always stay away. Comes depression, you may get another break. Comes love, nothing can be done. Love, nothing can be done. Nothing can be done. nothing can be done.
Nothing can be done. Well, what else do we know?
What else do
about
we know?
love?
Well, yeah, all about love. I sing a lot of love songs, I guess, but this one is called Better Than Being in Love. It was written in the 1960s, done, I heard it done by Tuck and Patty. And so we've got a couple of original verses that we wrote. So we have two verses that are written probably in the 30s or something, 40s maybe. And then we wrote a Southwest verse and a 1960s verse. So we'll see how it goes. It's a memory song. Better than 4 sets of dizzy, better than Count Basie's band, better than Coltrane and Rollins, better than being on the bandstand, better than Ella Fitzgerald or Miles' latest news, Bill Evans' ballads or Joe Williams' blues, better than hearing Lady Day checking in at Monterey. It's better than anything except being in love. Better than Lucy and Desi, better than Route 66, better than Kildare and Casey, better than quiz shows all fixed, better than Huntley and Brinkley, or singing with Mitch, Hitchcock and Karloff, better than clicking the switch, better than movies late at night, watching Amy or Griffin fight. It's better than anything except being in love. Better than hearing coyotes out under the stars, better than hiking and biking, better than old trolley cars, better than Navajo tacos or prickly pear ice cream, better than hitting the highway and living the dream, better than lounging by the pool, better than getting out of school. It's better than anything except being in love. Better than lovins and Woodstock, better than landing on the moon, better than growing your hair long and singing Dylan tunes, better than burning your draft card or burning your bride. The Beatles and the Beach Boys, better than taking it all too far, better than flowers in your hair, better than life without a care. It's better than anything except being in love. Better than anything except being in love. Better than anything except being in love. Better than anything except being in love.
Better
That's
than
a
anything.
lot of words.
It's a lot of words.
Good memorizing.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to play a tune in the same key, and that's about all it has in common. No, it's in 3/4 time, but it's a polska, a Swedish rhythm. And I wrote this for my friends Rachel and Sarah, who got married a few years ago. And they, on the eve of their wedding, we were all invited to their house for shtick, which was all the friends had prepared skits and songs and things to make fun of the bride and the bride. And it was a great icebreaker. I tell you what, the next day at the wedding, I'm like, oh, you did that one. And so I woke up the next morning and I wrote this tune called Shtick Polska. it's pretty funny that during the shtick is when the large engines went by outdoors. I don't know if you all heard them. Okay, it's time for the rub board. So this is a song that is not about love, and it has very few lyrics, but I had a conversation with my old friend Will Tanaka. I hadn't heard from him in quite a while, and he is a Zydeco musician who's been working in an oil and vinegar store during the pandemic, and he sent me some marvelous oil and vinegar, and surprise, this tune came out. So here we go, and Linda has donned a special uniform for this song.
Back in iron, baby.
Back in iron.
Yeah, it's
But it's so loud, I have to go stand outside the
In the
door.
garage.
I have to go stand, they sent me to the garage.
she'll be back though.
She'll be back.
1, 2, 3, 4.
For the entire world to see.
Oh. Okay, well, we're going to do something slightly more beautiful than that. And we're coming down towards the end here. We have a couple more to do for you. And I would like to say a special thanks to Holly over there on the other side of your screen for helping us in so many ways today. And also people who helped me with tech advice, setting this whole thing up.
Well, thank you, Andrea, for setting it up for us. It's been a lot of fun.
This is a tune written by the great Andy Stewart from the group Silly Wizard, who wrote beautiful music, was incredibly entertaining on stage, and could play banjo up there with Phil and John Cunningham. It's called Golden.
Yeah, he wrote this for a woman who he later married. It's called Golden. Slowly, slowly walk the path, and you might never stumble upon. Slowly, slowly walk the path, and you might never find love at all. Golden, golden is her hair, like the morning sun over fields of corn. lonely, lonely nights I heard that there a lover would call his own. Lonely, lonely nights I heard that is living all alone. Wildly, wildly beats her heart with a rush of love like a mountain stream. Wildly, wildly play your part like the song in a free bird's dream. Golden, golden is her hair, like the morning sun over fields of corn. Golden, golden flows her love, so sweet and clean and warm.
Beautiful melody, beautiful words, beautiful.
Beautiful.
And
Well,
I'd
thank
like
you
to
all
make
so
a-
much for coming. And I'll just mention a couple more concerts in the series. 3 weeks from today will be with my Swedish trio, Mitten, or Mitten, depending on which language you use. That'll be June 5th. And I believe I'm doing a solo concert July 10th. I may delay that one a bit. And also some workshops coming up, so feel free to contact me with any questions. Thank everybody for coming, and thank you so much to Frank and Linda for being
And thank you.
fun.
my musical best
Yay.
friends.
This is how we're gonna make our getaway.
Oh yeah, it's a getaway. Another Dan Hicks tune for you.
1, 2, 3. I
Knew that he was leaving, he even told me so. That's how he made his getaway. I knew that he was leaving when he packed up his clothes. That's how he made his getaway.
hello. Didn't you even try to stop me?
No, 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 I let him make his getaway.
Come on now. Didn't you even want to stop me?
I don't think so. Oh, that's how he made his getaway. The evening breeze don't seem to cool my mind. It does not seem to do a thing. But I'm gonna give it lots of time. Just like a bird, I sit and sing. 'Cause I know the evening breeze is listening, and I'm sure that I'll get by. But my song is always one of sadness, ever since he said goodbye.
Wait, he said goodbye to you?
Yeah.
But didn't you want to stop him?
No, 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 I let him make his getaway.
Come on. Didn't you want to stop me?
I don't think so. Oh, that's how he made his getaway. getaway. I knew that he was leaving his friends, even told me so. That's how he made his getaway.
Come on. Didn't you even try to stop him?
No, 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 I let him make his getaway.
I heard you wanted to stop him.
I don't think so. I let him make his getaway. But I think that's how they learn my lesson. Keep a good thing if you can. Keep that telephone or you'll be singing unhappy tunes just like I am. And you'll find yourself just like me, singing to that evening breeze. Why did he go and leave me? Now I do just as I
That
please.
really can't be that bad. Did you want to stop him?
No, 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 I let him make his getaway.
Come on, you wanted to stop him.
I don't think so. No, no, that's how he made his getaway. I knew that he was leaving when he packed up his clothes. That's how he made his getaway. I knew that he was leaving when his friends told me so. That's how he made his getaway. He'll be back.
And we'll
And
be
we'll be
back.
back.
Thank you, all of you.